Good morning and welcome back to CityLine. I think you know who's next to me because on the wide shot, how can you not know that Senator Twana Nobles is in the house? And she's on the comfy couch here as the president and CEO of Tacoma Urban League, but she is many, many things. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's just always so great to have you here. I knew what it felt like to have you in my life once a week when we were Zooming. And I have to say, I miss that. I'm like trying to catch you up on Facebook and different committees. I'm just like, man, I loved it when I got a chance to chat with her every Monday night.
Yeah, and I think the community did too. So we don't want another pandemic to make that happen, but maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, maybe we can make that happen. So let's ask the question that I'm sure you are asked within the first 15 minutes of people seeing you on the street or in their office. And that question is, how's the Tacoma Urban League CEO search coming along?
Yeah.
Almost a year and a half later.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is definitely coming along.
Yes.
I'm grateful to have a board that is working hard to find our next CEO. And it sounds like there are 3 candidates that have been moved forward to National Urban League, and National Urban League has a process, and so hopefully within a few months we will have a new CEO, but I'm still the CEO until then.
Yes, and you know, I mean, I tell everybody this. They're going to be big shoes to fill. You are my hometown favorite, so I'm sure there's somebody, but I'm enjoying the time that I still get to call you CEO and president of Tacoma Urban League. There's a recent staffing announcement on your social media page. Tell us more about this new director of family engagement. What does this mean?
Yes, goodness. Well, we welcomed Cherie Cooks to our team at the Urban League. She is an expert at family engagement. She had been partnering with us with our Black Parents Alliance.
Yes.
And we were able to recently partner with Tacoma Public Schools. We have a new contract, and actually I'll be meeting with their team today. And it allows us to do additional family engagement work specifically in Tacoma Public Schools. But we now have someone to lead our family engagement work at Tacoma Urban League, our Being the Village, our Black Parents Alliance. And Cherie is just going to be the perfect person to do so.
I love this. So are there other current openings at Tacoma Urban League also that we can kind of get excited about or hear about?
Yeah, good question. Well, we still do have the CEO posting on our website until we hire one.
That's right.
But we also are hiring mentors for our male involvement program.
MIB.
Yes, MIP. And then we just posted last night a housing counselor position because we want to increase Black home ownership. And to be honest, many folks probably know I said this a lot when I was going into the legislature, but I am a renter and excited to start my own journey into home ownership. And so I hope some folks will join me and participate in our home ownership classes and apply for that position.
Oh my, you know, because as you and I were talking before we got on the air, so much has happened in these past 3 years with the pandemic, with the way that, well, first pandemic, COVID, second pandemic, Black Lives Matter. Thank you, Pam Duncan and Twana Nobles, for bringing that statement to our city. And I'm sure there were other people who said it too that I'm not mentioning, but I thank them also. But there is so much going on with trying to get our Black population protected, educated, and all of the institutional racism from the past 400 years. Every single day, everybody has to wake up and say, enough. And it starts with families. So I can't wait to have her on the couch. You got to bring her with you next time.
I will.
Let's talk about the partnering with the Big Bus Paddle Sport for a community paddle boarding lesson. Tell us about that partnership and what other partnerships you're currently working on, because it always takes a village when we have new partnerships.
Yeah, well, I posted a video to our Instagram, but our Tacoma Urban League family was able to go paddle boarding this past weekend, and I want to thank Big Bus Paddle Sports because it's important for Black folks to make sure that we know how to swim, that we are are educated on water safety, and we talked about wind and wind direction and safety and creatures in the water and what's safe and what happens if you are experiencing cold shock. And so we want those types of partnerships that are going to educate us and allow us to have experiences that many of us maybe haven't had before. And I'm already so excited to get back on the water and paddleboard. But we have partnerships. I mentioned Tacoma Public Schools.
Yes.
We also, that housing counselor partnership is in partnership with Habitat for Humanity. And so that position, they'll work for Habitat, but will be housed at the Tacoma Urban League, and will co-manage the position. But we have some incredible partnerships like those that we're excited about.
And all of your partnerships are rooted in this diversity and this education and this healing. Yes. I mean, I'm going to veer a little bit off here, but when you say teaching people how to swim and about water, people need to learn how to swim. It's a life-saving skill. Yeah. And just because they don't know how to swim doesn't mean that they had the opportunity to say no to it. That's what people have to understand. It's like the opportunity wasn't presented. And if you don't believe that, you need to look at your own privilege and understand how that can happen. So let's talk about some of those new Tacoma Urban League programs that highlight diversity, because diversity is education.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are making sure that as we think about diversity, we're thinking about diversity. And as I mentioned before, things like homeownership. We're thinking about the needs of communities. So we now are a milk and diaper bank at the Tacoma Urban League.
You and your formula. I love those pictures of you pointing to the formula.
There's so much formula in so many diapers in our office right now. It's amazing. But also car seats and wipes. And so we're just thinking about the diverse needs of families, of individuals. We also, today is Thursday, so our summer enrichment program is happening, and thinking about the needs of our middle school students. So for 6th through 8th graders, they can come down to the Tacoma Urban League on Thursdays, and then we're helping to supervise the late nights at People Center on Fridays with those same youth. And then on Saturdays, we have field trips. So every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the remainder of summer and a little bit into the school year. But we're just thinking of the whole family and individuals, and how can we think about financial literacy and building wealth and healing and education. And that's why I love this job at Tacoma Urban League, and grateful to hang on as the CEO, because we are thinking about a diversity of programs.
Absolutely. And no more, nowhere, I think, is the diversity more highlighted than when it comes to the Empowerment Awards, because that's when you get that beautiful snapshot of walking the talk, doing what we said we did, and showing the impact of empowerment and goodness and education in that community. So tell us this year, one of the things I've loved in the past is the in-person part of the Empowerment Awards. Will that happen, or will it be a hybrid, or will it be only just on social media, because that's an easy way to do it? Yes. And we're still in a pandemic.
Yeah, and lots of online programs are still happening.
Still happening.
But we are planning for in-person this year. Now, we planned for in-person last year and had to shift to virtual, and it was still beautiful.
It was.
But October 6th of this year, we're having an in-person Empowerment Awards at Hotel Murano. And our Empowerment Awards is where we look at the year and we celebrate everyone that's helping us to achieve our mission. Programs around housing, healthcare, education, employment, and fighting for justice. We want to make sure that we celebrate those wins at our Empowerment Awards.
Yes, absolutely. Lastly, in this last few minutes, I want to talk about there's a new program at the Tacoma Urban League called Leaders in Women's Health. And boy, let me tell you something, that speaks to my heart. We are the last ones to take care of ourselves. I have to tell on you, you've got your family in the green room because you are a working mom. I don't know how you do it. And these kids, your kids are there, they're eating breakfast, they're dressed, they're smiling. I mean, so women's health is everything. So tell us about this new program and how we can be a part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, Leaders in Women's Health is focused on everything from breast health to vaccines education around COVID. I'm sure they're starting education on monkeypox.
Yeah.
But it's a program that we got to inherit. They were already working hard in the community, but they needed a home. And so Tacoma Urban League became that home, and they're starting back their in-person meetings at Tacoma Urban League. And so I welcome folks to go to their website, because I think you are right. I mean, we oftentimes as women, and I want to add that there are men who are members as well. These are all healthcare professionals who are leading our health work at Tacoma Urban League. But we often have that burden. And
Yeah.
today is Thursday, so my son and his friend are going to our summer enrichment program at the Urban League, because you got to
That's
go to
right.
both programs. But we do have to make sure that we are educating our community and providing resources around health and wellness and healing consistently.
Absolutely, because those little ones like your son are watching all the time.
Yes.
And all it takes is for you to be around a family and see a little 6-year-old go, I'm exhausted, and you know who they're channeling. So yeah, we need to take care of ourselves. Amidst all of this goodness, in this last 30 seconds, who do we need to thank? Because nobody does it alone, and you are someone who just collects the love as you work through this community.
Yeah.
So who would you like to thank, my dear?
I want to start by thanking our incredible staff at Tacoma Urban League.
Yes.
They're there now already in the office. They're there every single day. We have remote staff, and so I want to thank staff. I also want to thank my board of directors, my bosses, for believing in me and providing me with this opportunity, and all of our partners, those new partners that I mentioned. We are able to provide financial literacy and housing education and family engagement programs because of folks like Tacoma Public Schools and Habitat for Humanity. So just thank you to those partners and all of our volunteers who email us and simply want to do something for community and know the Urban League is a place where they can do so. So thanks to our extended Urban League family and the little kids who will be there today for our program. Thank you for getting up and spending your summer with us, because the youth are our now and our future. So thanks to them as well.
And thank you for being here today, my dear. And I want you back on this couch sooner than later, all right?
Anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have much more to come. Don't go away. We'll be right back.